Many people have received lengthy prison sentences after being apprehended by police. The folks you are about to witness have overcome absurd prison terms that you wouldn't expect to be handed down by police. So in this video, we are going to talk about the craziest convict reactions to life sentence. The video is going to be amazing, so make sure you stick to the end. Number 3. Judge Mindy Glaser. A judge who shot to fame when she recognized an inmate in her courtroom as a former classmate has met the man again, but this time with a hug after he was released from jail. Miami-Dade Judge Mindy Glaser was on hand to greet Arthur Booth Tuesday as he was released from jail after serving 10 months. The pair previously met last year in her courtroom when she recognized Booth as her middle school classmate when he appeared before her to face burglary charges. The old classmates met after Booth was released from jail on a court program. His family and the judge stood by waiting to greet him as he walked out of jail after serving 10 months, CBS Miami reported. Video of the heartwarming moment shows Booth smiling from ear to ear as he first hugged his family members and then moved on to give Glaser a huge hug.
Mr. Booth, I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you go to Nautilus for middle school?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry to see you there. I always wondered what happened to you, sir.
Oh my goodness.
This is the nicest kid in middle school.
Oh my goodness.
He was the best kid in middle school. I used to play football with him, all the kids, and look what has happened. I'm so sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Number 2. Donald Byrd. A former Collier County school teacher was sentenced Wednesday to 2 years in prison for kidnapping his grandson from his daughter's home in California in 2011. Donald Byrd pleaded no contest to a felony charge of child stealing in Los Angeles County Judge Gail Fewer's courtroom. Byrd's defense attorney, Michael Kraut, did not return several calls seeking comment. Byrd and his wife, Joyce, had been in a contentious battle with their daughter, Stephanie Byrd, for years over custody of Stephanie's son, Zachary. Zachary lived with his grandparents in Naples Park for 6 years until 2011, when his mother, Stephanie Byrd, regained custody and moved him to California. Shortly after Zachary moved, his mother said her home surveillance system showed the leaving in the middle of the night with his grandfather. In an interview with the Daily News in January 2013, Joyce Byrd said she believed it was Stephanie who had Zachary in hiding. The situation put Stephanie Byrd at odds with the rest of her family, who accuse her of being violent, moody, and possibly involved in criminal activity. 2 months after Zachary disappeared from his mother's home, authorities in California issued a warrant for Donald Byrd on a felony charge of child stealing. The FBI began investigating but was largely mum about its work on the case. After a vigorous investigation, Ortino was able to trace Zachary and his grandfather to an apartment complex in Myrtle Beach, SC, last summer. Number 1. Barbara Graham. Barbara Elaine was an American criminal convicted of murder. She was executed in the gas chamber at San Quentin Prison on the same day as 2 convicted accomplices, Jack Santo and Emmett Perkins, all of whom were involved in a robbery that led to the murder of an elderly widow. Henry Graham was addicted to illegal drugs and known as a hardened but low-level criminal. Through him, Barbara met his friends Jack Santo and Emmett the Weasel Perkins, both with criminal records. She started an affair with Perkins, who told her about a widow, Mabel Monahan, who was alleged to keep a large amount of cash and jewelry in her home in Burbank, California. Her ex-son-in-law was Luther B. Scherer, a multimillionaire who was well known through his ownership of various gambling clubs in locations such as Palm Springs and casinos in Las Vegas. It is speculated that he had deep ties to various crime syndicates. Graham, Santo, and Perkins were all sentenced to death for the robbery and murder. On June 3, 1955, she was scheduled to be executed at 10:00 a.m., but that was stayed by California Governor Goodwin J. Knight until 10:45 a.m. At 10:43 a.m., Knight stayed the execution until 11:30 a.m. Graham protested. Her last words were, "Good people are always so sure they're right." Advised that taking a deep breath after the cyanide pellets were dropped would make her death easier, she replied, "How the hell would you know, you silly rascal?" Bonnie Graham was buried in Mount Olivet Cemetery, San Rafael, California. So that's it. Please like, share, and comment your thoughts below if you liked this video. Remember to subscribe to see our next video. Stay safe, and we will be back soon with another